And this is a window over here. It's a window where you can open the blinds there, and we'll take this out, and you can put this. The hallway goes down that way, and there's this and that, and blah 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 blah. Sorry, our lease is up. I'm showing an invisible client the house. Anyway. Oh Lord. Here we go again, guys. Hello there, CriterioNate here. Number 337, Maurice Pialat's Nos Amours, To Our Loves. Nope, I don't like this one. Didn't like it. It was just, I mean, I've got things to say about it. I'm not just gonna dismiss this one, and I'm gonna try and give this movie some really constructive criticism because it needs it. At the same time, I'm probably just gonna delve into my "it sucks" routine, you know, shades of Viridiana, you know. But anyway, what's the plot? Stats: 1983, 99 minutes, color mono French, blah blah blah, starring the horrendously prepubescent Sandrine Bonnaire, who we've seen, who I thought looked familiar. She was in Vagabond. She was the star of Vagabond, and I'm like, okay, but she plays a 16-year-old girl named Suzanne, who is who's like becoming a very sexual woman. Ends up sleeping with all these guys and gets beat up by her brother, and has a bizarre, almost too close relationship with her father, played by the director himself. And her mother beats on her, and her friends, all are all better than her. Like she ditches class all the time, and yeah. So basically, it's a movie. It's just as weird and gross as I thought it would be when I looked at the cover. Because here's the thing about, and I wanted to just talk, this is going to be the main point. The thing about, French sensibilities versus American sensibilities, at least today. You watch a lot of movies where, like, you have these, we have like high schoolers getting into trouble doing things and all that, sex or drugs or things like that. And, they're supposed to be 16, 17, But the thing is, the majority of these students are actually played by, 20-year-old people because of child pornography laws, So therein lies that's how our world is. In this movie, Sandrine Bonnaire is actually 16, and you do see her, her breasts, at least twice throughout the movie. Now, you try to release that in theaters today, you'd get in, that is pornography. That is child porn, So I just don't understand. I don't know who is in the right, who's in the wrong. Is it? Where do we draw the line, as to how much we can show in movies? I realize that, our country's been like a little too, I feel like our country's been extremely sanitized, and to the point where it's a little ridiculous, where we get upset over the littlest things. We can't do anything without someone being offended. And that's fair. But, I don't know. But even then, like, how did we get away with this? I don't know. I guess I'm trying to establish a conversation, but failing miserably, because I just, because of the fact that the actor is actually 16 and doing all this, kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's the laws in France. The laws in France are different. You could show a 16-year-old's breasts in France. It's not child porn. But you know, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I guess French laws, cinema laws are different, you know. But anyway, so yeah, again, the plot, there's like little to no plot outside of her having sex with all these guys, and there's this famous dinner scene where I guess she gets married to one of these guys or something, or she gets engaged, and her father comes back. Apparently, he had died throughout the movie. He had died earlier in the movie. However, he ended up making them change the line to "Dad's left us," and then he comes back apparently, and they talk about it time and time in all the friggin' interviews in this, you know, movie. On the second disc, they talk about how apparently he ended up. Pialat did this like improvised scene where he came in and like showed someone the house because their lease was up, and the actors had no clue he was going to do this. He sits down and ends up like tirading the boyfriends or something, and at one point the mother gets into it. The actress playing the mother gets into it and ends up slapping him and to try and move the scene along, and yeah, so that whole scene was totally because I guess he felt like he wanted to be more he wanted to be more on the screen, and I'm just like, really, dude, really, you're gonna be that selfish, you know? He ends up changing the plot like halfway through the movie to make it more about the father and the daughter, and I just no, don't do that, you know. I'm sorry, I wish I could give this movie more constructive criticism, but I can't. I just thought this was it was just dumb. It was a very dumb movie. I didn't want to see an underage girl, you know, having sex. I did not want to see all the violence in this movie, the brother beating up on her and all that, and it's one of those movies that they call it a character study, because every scene involves her. You know, I think the only scene we don't get with her is a scene with the brother and I think the brother and one of her boyfriends talking to each other, and even then that scene only lasts about 2 minutes maybe. The rest of it, she's on screen like 95% of the time, you know. And even then, she's not that attractive, too. She's really not that attractive. They were talking about, oh, her nose is too big. Yes, her nose is too big. Yes. And it's just, I don't know. Which sucks, because actually she's relatively attractive today. But back then, you know, I don't know. She got work done or something, but bon air, I don't know. But anyway. So I can't say much more about this. This is going to get the down views, but I don't care. Fight me, I guess. Again, I just don't like the plot. I don't like the answers, the questions that aren't answered. There's no real. I don't think there's any real point to this movie outside of seeing a character move through the motions. You know. I think that's all Suzanne is doing throughout this movie, moving through the motions. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Nos Amours, and you know, and that's the thing. And as far as Pialat is concerned, I think he needs work. Which I mean, he's passed. He's long since passed. I think he died like 10, 13 years ago. But and I think we only have one more of his movies, one called Naked Childhood, which is I think in the 500s. So I can't really grasp the sense. But I think my new way of thinking is every director has at least one bad movie in him. With Linklater, it's Slacker. You know, with Kurosawa. Oh God, Kurosawa. I think it might be. Gosh, if I had to pick a bad movie by Kurosawa, maybe Redbeard. Maybe Kagemusha. Yeah, those. I mean, if I had to pick a bad one by him, but again, that's really stretching it anyway. With Bergman, it's Bergman, I don't know, Virgin Spring, The Silence. With Godard, it's all of them. With the Godard, you have to say every director has one good movie in him, and I haven't yet seen the one by Godard. So yeah, so maybe this is just Pilat's bad movie, and he's been called. And this is what really upset me too. Maurice Pilat has been called the John Cassavetes of French cinema. Don't you dare compare him to Cassavetes. No. No, no, no. That really upsets me. I love Cassavetes. This movie is nothing like Cassavetes. So there. And on that note, let's rate this sucker. Was it horrendous? It wasn't horrendous, but it was bad. I didn't like it. D-. There. I don't want to give this an F. It's not an F movie. I'm trying to compare it to our last F, Viridiana. And honestly, I wouldn't mind. If I had to watch one of the movies, I'd watch this one again because it doesn't anger me the way Viridiana does, the way Buñuel does. You know, it's just gross. It's just dumb. You know, it's one that if I had to sit through it, I'd just feel like I'd be restless as hell, but I would not make a dash for the exits, you know. So yeah, no more D-, fight me. Anyway, disc 1 is the trailer. Disc 2 has all the supplements, and oh god, oh god, the supplements. I was just like, I'm over this. I was over this halfway through The Human Eye, a 1990 documentary on the film. Features all these critics talking about the film and how analyzing it, and I'm just like, oh god, stop it, you know. Yeah, and then there's a archival interview with Maurice Pilat. I don't even know if Pilat. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I don't care. In 1983, talking during the thing. Actually, I think there's actually a few scenes that were cut from the film or weren't included in the film. Ones I don't remember, at least. There's a 2003 interview with Sandrine Bonnaire, and there's a new interview with Catherine Breillat, who we remember from Fat Girl, and Jean-Pierre Gorin, who we remember from Tout va bien. And yeah, that doesn't help when you get directors who worked on bad movies to talk about an equally bad movie, you know. And then there's auditions, and yeah, a bunch of people yelling and slapping each other, you know. So there you go. Anyway, a Nos Amours, D-, pass. So that's it for today. That's it for today. This week, as you know, tomorrow we got Equinox here. I'm holding Equinox in my hands, but it's, of course, we're gonna start my Filmstruck account tomorrow. I'm gonna check that out. I might try switching between my iPhone and my computer just to try and like get a different vibe between the two, you know, just to see how it works on both platforms and all that. And I honestly don't have like any other platforms that it'll work on. I think they said it'll work on PS4, but I only have a PS3. I'm thinking about getting a PS4, but obviously obviously by the time I get a PS4, the PS5 will be in production, you know, if it isn't already. And I don't do like Roku or Chromecast. I've been thinking about it, but honestly, I don't see the point of it right now. So right now, as far as Filmstruck is concerned, it'd be on my computer or my iPhone. And then yeah, so we'll do Equinox tomorrow. Yee on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got Coco Talking Gorilla. Thursday, Canterbury Tale. And then I'm happy to say that next week is all set. I got me some Romare. I got me that 6 Moral Tales with the book. Gosh, I'm like, see, you know what? This really kind of, like, I hope I like these because I love the fact that Criterion publishes books. You know, that's what really like sold me on the whole on the whole, buying Mr. Arkadin, because it came with the novelization of Mr. Arkadin, so I think it's cool that, I guess all these stories, or let me see, what does he say in the intro? I was reading a bit of the intro there. Why film a story when one can write it? Why write it when one is going to film it? So yeah. So basically, he ended up writing this is kind of, I guess, a novelization of the films he did, and I think that's really neat. I think that's really neat that he wrote his own he adapted his own versions or something, Or I don't know. It's kind of I don't know. Again, maybe I got it wrong. Oh no. So this was first. This was according to the back cover here. This was first. Then he made the movies, and yeah. So I think that's really neat. So anyway, I'd love to check these out and see what it's all about. So anyway, and that's next week, and and then we'll move on from there. I might be taking a little break after the 6 Moral Tales, because we'll be about halfway through the season. I may take the rest of the month off. I don't know. More than likely, I'll just keep soldiering on, but we'll see. And yeah, that's it. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't watch this movie. Morals, don't be a 16-year-old girl showing your breasts on the TV or on the movie screen. Don't screw with your actors by improvising a scene where you come back from the dead. And don't hit your siblings. Yeah. Don't hit your mother either. Yeah, those are morals. Alright, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Equinox. And until then, goodbye.